What's up, everyone? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your captain, the hot commodity, Ant C. And today we're saying goodbye to 2025 and jumping into my self-constructed time machine, traveling all the way back to the Attitude Years, where MTV had the top 10 TRL countdown. We saw cable still in existence. No social media like MySpace or Facebook or even Instagram was thought of at this time. And George W. Bush was still president back when you actually felt good about the world. Let's jump into our landing destination. We're covering WWF Raw Is War from May 21st, 2001, live in San Jose, California. And we're coming off of a heated Judgment Day, which saw Triple H help Stone Cold Steve Austin defeat The Undertaker to retain the WWF Championship, and we saw Kane defeat Triple H, become the new Intercontinental Champion. A lot to unpack here, so let's dive right in. WWF Champion Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out to start Raw. Austin says Stone Cold Steve Austin is still the WWF Champion, even though it means I represent every piece of trash here. It means there's no one in the WWF who can stop Stone Cold. I whipped The Undertaker's ass last night like I said I would. He gets no rematch. Everyone needs to stand up and show me the respect I deserve. That's when Y2J Chris Jericho interrupts Austin. Jericho says, "Would you please shut the hell up? Ever since WrestleMania, the question is, why did you sell your soul to Vince McMahon? But after 2 months, I don't give a damn. You did it because you're an angry, vengeful jackass. You've managed to become a bigger slut than Stephanie McMahon Helmsley. Tonight, the two-man power trip ends, and then Jericho attacks Austin, but then one half of the tag team champions, Triple H, comes out and attacks Jericho, leading to Chris Benoit to make the save, and the tag team championships will be on the line in the main event. Good start here. I like seeing Jericho stand up to Austin. We never really saw a confrontation between these two, so I'm excited to see the type of matches that Jericho and Austin will have going forward. Next, we have WWF Hardcore Champion Rhyno defending against the Big Show. Last night at Judgment Day, Rhyno pinned the Big Show in his match against Test and Big Show after goring a trash can into the Big Show's chest. But tonight, Rhino's luck ran out. Big Show landed a big boot with a trash can into Rhino's head, and then Big Show chokeslams Rhyno onto a trash can, and the Big Show is the new WWF Hardcore Champion. I never remember that Big Show won the title back during this point in time, but I was surprised to see Rhyno lose. Rhino's been having a winning streak lately, but I think WWE probably wanted to see the Big Show win a belt, and at that point in time, that was the only title that Big Show could have that would really makes sense, because Big Show does not deserve any other title. We see Terry Reynolds enter the APA's office, and she gets a beer. She pours the beer on her white shirt, which shows her tits, and then the Radicals attack the APA, and Terry using her sexuality to distract the APA here, which anybody would be distracted as well. We see Molly Holly and Spike Dudley backstage, and Molly apologizes to Spike for Parker Holly getting involved in the tag team turmoil match and costing the Dudleys. Spike ends up giving her matching Dudley Boyz glasses, and Spike is continuing to flirt with Molly. I like how Molly is apologizing for Hardcore's actions, but the Dudley Boyz are not going to be happy with this, but Spike definitely sure is. Next, we see the APA defeat Perry Saturn and D. Malenko with Terry, and Bradshaw and Farouk land a two-team powerbomb to Perry Saturn to get the victory. And after the match, Jim Ross and Paul Heyman are amping up the fact that it looks like Perry Saturn has hurt his head badly, and we'll check in with Saturn. I didn't realize this was the start of this storyline and that it happened so early on. I thought that it would happen later on in the year, but we'll get to that. Next, we see WWF European Champion Matt Hardy with Lita and Jeff Hardy defend against X-Pac with X Factor in his corner. During the match, X-Pac attacks Lita and Jeff Hardy. X Factor also interfered, but then Eddie Guerrero hits X-Pac on the floor, which allows Matt Hardy to land a twist of fate, and Matt defeats X-Pac with some help from Eddie Guerrero. And again, Guerrero's been working with the Hardy Boys, been showing that he can be trusted here, and he helped Matt retain the title. We see Perry Saturn getting examined by medics backstage, and he's looking off in the distance, and the only thing he can say is, "You're welcome." Very interesting storyline here. It looks like Perry Saturn fucked up his head, and he's kind of going a little woo-woo. Next, we see Kurt Angle coming out to the ring, and last night at Judgment Day, Kurt Angle defeated Chris Benoit in the best 2 out of 3 falls match. Kurt Angle once again regained his Olympic gold medals. Uh, in the ring, there's a podium set up with many United States flags. Angle reads about being a hero, and he says, "Tonight, to commemorate my glorious achievement, I will recreate my Olympic winning ceremony." Angle stands on the podium, confetti bursts in the arena, and there is mad red, white, and blue fucking confetti in that arena. I would be surprised how they were able to clear that up so fast because it was everywhere. However, WCW owner Shane McMahon comes out, and Shane says, "You have your 3 eyes, and I have 3 letters, WCW. It's starting sooner than everyone thinks." And Angle goes on to say, "No one cares about WCW." Then Shane goes on to mock Kurt Angle, and then Angle lands an Angle slam to Shane McMahon off the podium to the mat, and then Angle applies an ankle lock to Shane, and Angle did not like Shane interfering in this little celebration that he was having, and I do think that Shane's going to try to get some revenge here on Angle. We'll see. We then see Undertaker confronting WWF Champion Stone Cold Steve Austin backstage, and Undertaker tells Austin that he made things personal. If he ever fucks with his family again, he's coming for him. Next, we see the Dudley Boyz with Spike Dudley taking on the Hollies with Molly Holly. During the match, Devon tries to grab a table, but Spike argues with Devon not to use it, so Crash baseball slides the table into both Spike and Devon. Molly grabs the ring bell from Crash, but Hardcore grabs it and hits Bubba Ray and Dudley in the face with it. The Hollies defeat the Dudleys with some distraction from both Spike and Molly here on Raw. We then see Vince McMahon backstage. He's upset with Kurt Angle that he didn't break Shane McMahon's ankle. What a great father Vince is. The Dudleys tell Spike Dudley backstage that bitch is going through a table. They're clearly talking about Molly Holly, and that's going to cause some issues for Spike because Spike likes Molly. It's his like wannabe girlfriend, and his brothers are wanting to put her through a table. That is not a good deal. Next, we see Eddie Guerrero and Jeff Hardy with Lita taking on Edge and Christian. During the match, Eddie Guerrero hits Christian with a super sunset flip powerbomb, and Guerrero and Jeff Hardy get the win. They have been working well together, Latino Heat and Team Extreme, and I'm just wondering what Eddie's motives are. Why is he helping the Hardy Boys? We still don't know. Next, we have new WWF Intercontinental Champion, the Big Red Machine, Kane, defending against Kurt Angle. During the match, Shane McMahon comes out and clotheslines Kurt Angle on the floor, tosses Angle back into the ring, allowing Kane to land a choke slam, and Kane retains the championship with some help from Shane McMahon. I knew that Shane was not going to allow Angle to do that to him earlier on the night and not get some kind of revenge. Shane costing Kurt Angle the Intercontinental Championship. And let's cover our main event, WWF Tag Team Champions Triple H and the WWF Champion Stone Cold Steve Austin with Stephanie McMahon Helmsley in their corner, taking on Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho. And remember, Jericho and Benoit won that tag team turmoil last night at Judgment Day to earn this match. And this match was a barn burner. We see Benoit apply a crossface to Stone Cold. However, Triple H hits Chris Benoit with his steel chair. Triple H then tosses Chris Benoit to the ring steps. Triple H then clothesline Chris Jericho as Jericho has the walls applied to Austin, but as Triple H lands, he tears his quad. Jericho applies the walls to Jericho to Triple H on the announce desk. Jericho then misses a lion salt, however, he lands it. Triple H goes to hit Jericho with a sledgehammer, but he accidentally hits Stone Cold Steve Austin instead. Chris Benoit gets the pin, and we have new WWF Tag Team Champions and Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho. What a great main event. Good action here. But the main story from this is that Triple H definitely injured his quad, and this is the last time we will see Triple H for a very long time. It's sad to see him go for now, but it's the end of the game for right now. Stone Cold Steve Austin definitely kind of got screwed here because Triple H did hit him with a sledgehammer, but Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit did get the win. And I wonder what's to come. Now that Triple H will be out of the picture, what new wrestlers are going to hop in and take this spot? If you liked what you're hearing, make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell to stay notified when new content is created. Leave a comment. Let me know what were your thoughts on this Raw. Did you watch during this time? What did you think of Triple H tearing his quad? Did you miss him when he was gone? And what do you think about Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit being the new tag team champions? King of the Ring is now 4 weeks away. We're going to be covering that soon, so continue to look out for that. We also have a lot of WWE current product coming your way with coverage on that. So until next time, everybody, stay safe and stay uncensored.